Available more 572-1359. WhatsApp us at 285-2359 or 285-1774.
Looks good. Looks good. Alright. Okay, and here we go. Let me tell you what's going on. This morning, boy, if you notice, I'm like bang in your face. Okay, so if you see me adjusting on the live, just know it is because I made a proper public show with myself there this morning. I didn't charge one of my mics, and if you can't hear me properly, just say so, and I will disconnect the mic that I have on. I will disconnect that mic, and I will just have to go in and go in normally. Okay, so just let me know if you're hearing me clearly on the live, not on the radio. I know you hear me for sure on the radio. I don't know if you're hearing me on Facebook. Okay, so if you're hearing me, please let me know, and let me know if you're hearing me clearly. That's important because of what I am trying here. All right, and if at some point in time my if anything goes off, at some point in time, just know that I will continue tomorrow or something like that. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, you gotta just understand this morning is one of those mornings where I made a mess out of things, and they always say to you, when you get a chance to do something, when you have the opportunity to do something, do it now. Do it now, because the moment you take your time to do it, you may forget. And this is exactly what happened to me. I had to charge one of my mics, and I took it apart and I said, okay, you got to charge this week. Because those little things, they last quite a while. So you take it for granted, you know. And so I forgot to charge it. I closed the case, and that was the end of that. I forgot to charge the mic. So if you're not hearing me properly, my apologies. If you're hearing me properly, yay, we got another one. We have a substitute. If not, I'll hold the mic in my hand. I mean, this is how it works. This is how it works this morning. So this morning, the mics humbled me. Okay, that being said, guys, first things first, let me address something that bothered me yesterday. And this morning, for this inspiration, I did speak about it. All of you all day. That means you're hearing, right? Y'all are not in any way out of the loop. Y'all are hearing me clearly. That's what I need to know. You guys are hearing me clearly. It's been bothering me from yesterday. When it happened, minibus driver just came out of the gap by Windward Island Gases, never looked right, and almost took us off the road, my son and I. And it's M805, and I'm not here to say to you, you need to bro, you need to be more careful. I'm not here to say that to you. I'm here to say to you that you're foolish, you're an idiot, because afterwards you were even more vexed, all right, than the people you almost took off. Okay, so I'm not at all coming here to say, guys, you need to be careful and all of that. No, sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry for how I felt yesterday and for how I feel about you today. I think you kill us, and I think some of you should not be driving people on the road. Full stop. Full stop. So if you vex, if you hear me saying, and I don't know your name, if I knew your name, I would say your name. Chances are you don't own the bus. All right, but that's what I remember you by, M805. All right, you're a damn idiot. Full stop. And I'm not making any excuses for this. No apologies or anything like that. Okay, somebody should pull you aside and teach you how to be on the road. All right, that's it. Full stop for that part of it. And so we're moving on. In that same thing yesterday, my son and I were having a conversation, and we were speaking about somebody, and yesterday, and he said he brought it up saying about boy, You know, they have some man, boy, when they get to a certain place, when they get to a certain place in their lives, they, you know, they get a certain way. They start treating people badly and all of that. And I stopped him. I said, no. I said to him, you don't get a certain way with money. You don't get a certain way when you get to a certain place in your life. Certain little lifestyle changes you might make. You may dress a certain way. You know, you may change, you know, certain things you eat. But the way you treat people and the way you respect or do not respect people, this is just what will come out. Okay? You are now in a position of power, or so you think, and you're going to use that power. You're going to use that power to do that which you are. Okay? You will not change, and don't let anybody fool you into believing that the guy next door was so humble and so nice, but he changed when he came across some money. No. No. Absolutely not. You see, a lot of people choose their times to pretend that they are humble, you know, to practice humility, and you know, I'm so grateful and I'm so this, but they choose their times and their people to be that with. Okay? And to you I say, you know, and this is me lecturing him, and I'm saying to him, to you I say, do not ever believe that people change because of what they were blessed with later in life. If you're humble, you're humble. If you're a nice person and you wanted to share and you wanted to give, when you're in a position of power, when you get to the place where you have a little more, what will happen is you will share more. You will give more. You will help more people. Okay? It will not change you, and you will not want to kick people down at that point. Okay? People don't do that. Humility is not something you just switch on and switch off. Even when you're upset. Even when you're upset. Okay? You will find a way to deal with things. Okay? You are who you are. And you cannot practice one thing, okay, in an environment with certain people so that you will get accepted and then go with another group and decide, I am going to be that person. This is not what it is. You know, you hear, you know, fellas from the yard saying, boy, yeah, boy, you get rich and you switch. They don't switch. People don't switch. Okay? People don't change who they are because of the new job that they have. You are who you are right through. Okay? Listen, I've come across people in my life, and, you know, I blame me. I blame me for what I placed on them at the time I placed it on them. Because initially, you see those flags. You see the warning signs. You see how they deal with certain situations. You see sometimes they're the loudest in the room and then they catch themselves and try to hold their mouths. But this is who they are, and they will show you who they are from the beginning. So if you see them with money and now they're acting up, they're acting the fool, they're dismissing people, they are condescending and all of that, it is not because the money changed them. Money didn't change them. I was speaking to a young man in the barber shop on Saturday, and I said to him, listen to me. Money can be a good master, a terrible master. It can either be a master or the worker, the slave. It can work for you or it can work against you. Okay? So never believe that when you come across money, it should determine who you are and what you do to people. Okay? This is not how it should be. If you're a good person and you come across money, you should dictate what happens next. It doesn't give you a license to ill-treat people. And I also said to him, if this is what you're noticing in somebody around you, probably if they can't take a good lesson, you should distance yourself. You see, many times we are afraid to distance ourselves. And there were many lessons for me this week, because I was also speaking to a brother of mine who's near and dear to me. And I said to him, there are certain situations, there are certain things bothering him. You know, and I said to him, there are certain situations, bro, and like the money situation or somebody who refuses to learn, there are certain situations that you cannot control, so you don't try to control it. Whatever you do, do not try to control certain situations. What you might want to do is control you. You have control over you. So what you do, instead of fighting the situation, instead of getting on with that individual and saying you this and you that, knowing that they will not change, knowing that the situation will get you a little more frustrated, here is what you do. You take yourself out of the situation. That's what you do. And many times we figure if we take ourselves out of a situation, then we will no longer fit in. Then this person will no longer like us. And then that person will no longer be my friend on Facebook. And that person will no longer give me a like. And that person will no longer this. But what sense does it make for everybody to like you and you can't like yourself? Tell me, how much sense does it make for everybody around you to like you and like what you do, but you're miserable with you? It makes zero sense. If you can't live with you, then what sense does it make to fit in? You will always be unhappy. You will never, ever be able to practice true humility, because too many times you will have to change who you are to fit in. Too many times. So this is not you being humble. This is you being fake. This is you trying to fit in with individuals that really and truly accepting a fake you. Because if they know who you really are, then you don't fit in anyway. You see, if you have to pretend to be with them, they're really and truly not accepting you. They're accepting somebody that you're creating that you are not comfortable being. You see? That's what you're doing. You see, so many people use this as an excuse, use money as an excuse. They get some money, and you know what? I can't be this anymore, so I'm going to this and I kid you not. There are certain places with money you take yourself out of, and kudos to you. I would do the same. I do the same. All right. There's certain places, you know, you elevate, you get to another level. It does not give you a license to treat people badly. And if you are pretending constantly, if you're in there with a group of people that you're forcing yourself to be with, that's not you being humble. If you think you're tolerating that which you do not like to be with people, so you being humble, you know, I'm just being quiet, even though I don't like what they say, that is not being humble. You're being fake, and you're not being true to yourself. Whatever you do, the first person to be true to is you. And if you are pretending If you are pretending, somebody else may not see it, but you will. That is my guarantee to you. Somebody out there may accept you for what they believe you are. The person that they believe you are. And like I said earlier, if that is what they're expecting and that is what they're accepting, if that is what they like, then they really do not like you. That's a newsflash. That is what you're supposed to get. If you're only humble when you want something, then you're not genuinely humble. Okay? If you're only nice to people when you want something from them, you're not a genuine person. If you are going to toss people aside, if you don't need anything, then that's who you are. Not somebody who will give from the heart. You're somebody, as a matter of fact, you use people. That's all there is to it. Okay? So do not say to me, that boy is the way them people are. I dealing with them the same way. Me? I pretend in the same way they pretending. That doesn't make you less of a hypocrite. It doesn't make you humble, because you're going to hold it in. And a lot of people believe, if I feel a certain way and I don't say it, then I'm humble. No. It makes you foolish. It makes you coward. Okay? And I'm not going to pretend, to butter it up. You are coward and borderline foolish. If you deciding, because I'm humble, I do not like this, but I'm going to say nothing about it. If you are going to say something, people, it doesn't mean that you have to be disrespectful. It doesn't mean that because you are humble, however, you will find a way to say it so that it's not disrespectful, but it makes you comfortable and you're free. Someone says one cannot hide their personality. They always show who they are. We choose to ignore signs. And it's true. It's true. All right? So if you're out there thinking, I do not like this situation, I do not like to be in this situation, I do not like what they're saying, I do not like how I'm being treated, I do not like what they're doing, but here's what I'm going to do. Because I'm humble, I'm going to shut up. No. This doesn't make you humble. All right? And then you're still going to laugh and rub shoulders. No. It doesn't make you humble. If you're quiet about it, it doesn't make you humble. All right? Find a way to say it that it doesn't bring conflict. And if when you say it, the person on the receiving end, if they choose not to treat you better, all right? 1 second. If they choose not to treat you better, all right, pull yourself away. Attention, say not me, red means stop. For real. Okay? Pull yourself away. And if they choose, when you're humbly saying it to them, to make a bacchanal out of it, this is where you pull yourself out of the situation. I said what I said. I said what I said. All right? And I make no apologies for what I said. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but I'm going to be honest. Okay? You do not have to like me. Okay? I'm not going to wish anything bad upon you. But what I am going to do is I am going to be comfortable in whatever situation that I put myself, or I'm keeping myself. I am going to be comfortable. Okay? And that is what we need to accept and express. And for those of you in the back who didn't hear a little earlier when I said it, I'm going to say it again. If you must pretend to be around certain people, you have to pretend that you're a nice person or not a nice person. If this is what you must do to fit in, then the people you are hanging out with, that you're pretending so that they will like you, they really do not like you. The real you. They do not like you. They're liking this person that you are pretending to be. And the moment they find out that you are not really that person, then you can't be part of the crew, because that's not who they like. They like the person who is not humble. They fell in love with the person who is not honest. They fell in love with the person that will do anything for likes from somebody that they really don't even know. And this is why I said, you're better off being rough and real, okay, than all nice and soft, but you fake. And many times you're considering, boy, I'm humble, so I am not going to change this that I feel uncomfortable with because I don't want to hurt this person. This is not you doing any good if you're constantly bringing you in the line of fire and hurting you so that you will please that person. You see what I'm saying? Whatever you do, you don't drag yourself in the mud, because a little later on, in all your humility, you will explode, and that person is who you're going to blame. And did that make you humble? No, it doesn't make you humble if you're going to suppress the truth, if you're not going to say it because you don't want to offend people. It doesn't mean you're humble. Again, I say to you, I'm calling you out, you're a coward. Okay? You're a coward. I do not like what you do to me. I really don't like how I feel when I'm around because of what you do. If that person is genuinely into you, that person will think, and that person will apologize, and that person will do better by you. Okay? They will not hide it, but secretly, oh, that's what you're saying. You say, oh, I'm not going to deal with you again. No, they don't do that. Inspector says, be your best you. Be comfortable in your skin. And it's real. It is very real. Stop faking humility. Stop going out there and pretending. Show people the real you that they should accept. And do not be upset at anybody who really cannot accept the real you. Sometimes you're just not their cup of tea. Many times we ask for things and we say, boy, I want this, and you, me, all can stay away from me, and I want to do this by myself. And you find a lot of ladies say, me, I'm independent, me, and I'm this and I'm that. But then you're upset when people accept the real you. Don't be upset if somebody doesn't like the humble you. Okay? You're just not theirs. You're probably an acquired taste, and you're a taste that just will not come with the same way. You do not have to force you to be in any uncomfortable situation. They're entitled to that. Okay? Remember that when you go out there and we're giving people blows. Oh, you don't like me and you don't like me and you're upset because they don't like you. But think about it. If you reserve the right to be the real you, authentically you, unapologetically you, then they reserve that right too. You see? And let them be that. Let them remove themselves from the situation that you're putting them in right now. You see, many times we put people in situations where we give them more than they can handle and then turn around and criticize them because they're not doing what we have placed on them without asking them, can you do this? Can you handle this? And many times we think it's just about work. Can you carry this? Can you do this? No. Can you handle me? What you think? You're wrong for asking somebody that? It makes you condescending? It makes you rude? No, it doesn't. Be honest and open. This is who I am. Can you handle me? Because you see, when you're practicing your fake humility, what you do is you go in, all right, and you accept this and you accept that and you accept this, and later on you're upset at everybody but yourself. You're upset at the person who's doing what you allowed them to do in the first place. You're upset at that person, and so every little time you want to snap at them, and you vex and what they're doing around you, and you don't want them around you, secretly hating them for what you created. Again, not saying how you feel, not putting people in their place from early, respectfully, all right? Because a lot of people think, you, in order to put somebody in their place, you must tell them how their mother was looking when their mother was 12, and all kind of thing. No, you don't have to do that. You can set somebody straight, respectfully, and take yourself away. Okay? So we blame people for what's going on, when we were the ones who taught them this is how you should be. Because what? I'm practicing humility. No. This is not how this works. You say it. You say it. Tell them how you feel. They would either appreciate you more or walk away. Either way, it's a win-win situation. If you walk away, it is because you did not need to be there. It is because you did not belong there. Okay? But if you stay and you fix it, because you genuinely did not know you were hurting me, I win still. It's a win-win situation. Okay? And stop asking people around you to be humble, and you're not. The first person to fix should be you. Many times we go out there trying to fix people around us, trying to fix the situation, and we never look within. Sometimes you need fixing. You may not want to accept this, but sometimes you are the one in need of the fixing. I'm telling you that. Okay? I have been brought to that point on many occasions. Okay, where a situation is bothering me, and I get in there and I want to bring everything down around me. Until I realized, when I gave it some thought, many times, yeah, that's humility. When you go in there and you decide, hey, I've been through this situation many times. Different instances, but same outcome. What am I doing wrong? growth, humility. Yeah. What am I doing wrong? What can I fix? What should I not do? What can I improve on? Do that, and you will see. The people around you, you figure this and that and condescending, chances are it might change. And I'm not saying this is what it will be in all situations, but I'm telling you, you will probably see a difference in certain behavior, or some of them might disappear. And guess what? Some people disappearing from your life, sometimes it's not a bad thing. Okay? Some people rejecting you because you choose to be that way, sometimes it's not a bad thing. I believe, and I don't know what you believe, that this is God's way of protecting you. They reject you. They come out. They don't like how you are. Let it go. Let it go. Be humble enough to let it go. Remember that. When you're fighting for people to stay, or you're upset that they've accepted that you don't like the situation, don't be mad at them. Accept it also. All right? Move on. Don't wish any kind of malice, no kind of malicious thoughts or anything like that. All right? Just move on. Humbly. Okay? So again, people, just so you know, before I close off, all right? You not saying anything about something that is bothering you does not make you humble. It makes you a coward. Okay? Some people think that me, boy, I just want to avoid any kind of bacchanal. I know me already. And no. You don't have to bring bacchanal, because that is you causing bacchanal in your head. That's one lesson that you should learn today. The other is, if you have to try to fit into some place by being that you, something that you do not like, then you have a problem. Okay? They do not like you. Remember that. They do not like you if you have to pretend to be something else to fit in. Learn to love you. Learn what you like. Learn so that you can teach people what you like. Remember that. Okay? I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for being there. Now, this morning, quickly before I go, I told this year, well, anybody who knows me, they know every year we do something called Smile for a Child. You know? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Inspector, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You can tell me who they are so I can shout them out. Every year, you know that I do something for the less fortunate children. I go around the island and we do sometimes 1,000 plus children. And this year, I honestly almost took a break because it was really rough going into this year and trying to get things together, trying to get things organized, because it is an expensive venture. And I've always said to you guys, with or without help, I will do it. All right, I will get it. I will make those children happy. You know, because this also brings me joy. And a lot of people figure in their mind, oh, I'm just doing this from the goodness of my heart, and I don't want anything. You lie. You damn lie. Anybody that tell you they're doing things, they're doing charity, and they don't want anything in return, you lie. You may not want money or anything in return, but what you this is a feel good for you. All right, so it makes me happy when they're happy. Okay, so yes, I'm doing it because it is also a feel good for me when I see them happy. So I don't want anything from it in terms of any financial gain or anything like that. But this joy that it brings and this level of this fulfillment, like if I don't do it, I figured this year I would have taken a break, from it, because going into it and I can't. I can't take a break from it, so I am going to do it. Let me reach out to Tanisha, Jason, and Aaliyah of the Quiet Crew. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not taking a break from it, so I am going to do Smile for a Child. So if you guys want to help in any way, you know how to get in touch with me. You can send us a message on VybeRadio. Tell me that you want to be part of it. Tell me how you want to help. And I've always said to you guys, if you can't help financially, great, fine. We appreciate you. With or without you, I want to do it. However, if you can't, here's what I want you to do. You believe in prayer, because I do. Just pray that everything works out fine for them. And if you go back on our history and whatnot, you will see what we do. You will see the work we do. You will see how happy those children are and all of that. And you need to experience this. And if you can be around, be there, because this is a joy that I can't describe, that I can't tell you about. Okay, you actually have to be part of this for you to understand that joy that it brings. A few years ago, when I started this thing, I went door to door. I had buses and cars and whatnot, and I would go to the different districts to just deliver toys to the children, and I just felt that it wasn't enough. I felt like I just wanted to spend time with them. I wanted to do this kind of thing. And so what I did is I figured against, oh boy, I know my helpers and everybody around, they were getting upset because there were gifts to wrap, and this thing became this huge venture, and then there was food to prepare, and I had to get and find bouncing castles and all that kind of thing, and even the biker clubs to get those children and the horseback riding, and to give them, to just give them that time, to smile and socialize and get to know certain other people. And this is how we develop our children. This is how we develop friendships. This is how we create a network. This is how we teach them, to be social. This is how they come in there, and I make them find somebody that they didn't know, make a friend. This is how we teach our children, instead of bringing them up in isolation and telling them that anything somebody does. This is how we teach about conflict resolution and all of that, and I wasn't getting any help. So I went in and I bought my own castles and all of that, and I figured this is what it's for. It's for those children, and I'm happy when they are happy. So pray that everything goes fine if you can't help otherwise. I appreciate you. I appreciate the prayers. I appreciate the blessings and the well wishes and all of that. Thank you in advance. Thank you. All right. And to those of you who have always been there, thank you very much for helping. One of the people who actually appreciates this very much, and she's always willing, because she sees, and she's seen it, and even one of her children volunteered. That's Frederica of M&C Drugstore. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Always there. And as a matter of fact, when I decided, boy, I don't know if I'm going to do it, she sent a message and she said, "Smile for kids." Not Smile for a Child, Smile for Kids. Of course we're on. What's going on? Are we not doing this? And people, I'm doing it. Okay, just so you know, I'm doing it. So get ready. I'm going to be calling. I'm going to be reaching out to the people who know the less fortunate children, that we can get together, pick them up, and take them to this place, even though it's for one day, and make them as happy as we can possibly make them. All right? I appreciate you. Don't forget, Real Talk is brought to you with the kind compliments of the Travel and Leisure Center, Sea Island Country Shop. Hold on, people. I might just, all right, here we go. Okay, yeah, so, all right. All right. Yes, I was saying the Travel and Leisure Center, Laboratory Services and Consultations Limited, Sea Island Cotton Shop, and Caribbean Metals Limited. Okay, so keep it locked. We got some more music coming your way right here on Vibe Radio 92.9 and 100.9 on your FM dial, VybeRadio.com. All right, online you can always listen live. I'm here until 10. All right, so have a wonderful and blessed day, and don't forget to be true to you. Okay, not saying anything doesn't make you less, doesn't make you more humble. It makes you coward. You don't want to be that. Okay? Have a wonderful and blessed day. And look, my mic worked. Haha. Bye-bye.